Welcome back, everyone, to Underfell If. So we are currently on Sansa's route. It is locked in, so we're going to enter the narrow caverns. It is narrower than any of the previous areas. The walls are smooth to the touch, and embedded in them are red crystals that faintly glow. They look identical to the stalactites that hang in Snowdin, and to the larger crystals that fueled the bridge. You can only conclude that these red crystals grow exclusively in Mount Ebott. You've heard about magical crystals before, crystals that can retain magic, but they are very rare on the surface. Any cave or mining operations that find magical crystals is exponentially more valuable than finding untapped diamonds or oil. Wow, those are really something. You are not a wizard or magic user, so you have not been trained in magic. What you do know is the basic second-hand knowledge. The Great War was started over magic crystals. Are you serious? That in this world, it was the damn crystals that was the reason they went into war with monsters? Really? Greedy assholes. With magical users on decline, finding charred magic crystals becoming a top priority in many governments. You reached out to touch the crystal. You already see more magic crystals down here than most humans in your generation would see in their entire life. Biscuits, you'd already seen more magic than most humans would see in their entire life. Underfell is filled to the brim with magic. All likely because of the monsters. The monsters are made up of magic and exuded with each breath they exhale. You cannot help but think there might be a correlation to the decline of magic users and sealing away all the monsters. Yeah, there probably is a coincidence, why magic is disappearing, huh? Although, perhaps, in doing so, the monsters were ultimately saved. When the monsters were sealed centuries ago, humanity had turned against each other. There were many smaller wars that resulted in countries cannibalizing each other. Ugh. Each battle, each victory, and each loss left a scar on humanity as a whole. The Great War was the final toe to push humanity to the brink of near extinction. It was a dangerous time. The peace that exists now is one painfully achieved. The handful of countries that remain are so tightly knit together they practically operate as one country. Everyone speaks the same language, everyone uses the same currency, everyone has to obey the same law. To be honest, you're not sure what differentiates the countries anymore outside an address and who supports what sports team. Humanity is at a place where you are certain they would warmly welcome the monsters. If the monsters hadn't been sealed, perhaps they would have been the focus in the war. Were they sealed because of that? The wizards of the long past, did they foresee humanity's potential for cruelty and thought to spare the monsters? You'd like to believe that. As has become standard for your journey, things fall silent aside from your footsteps. It's nice that the crystals provide enough light to see the way forward. Your phone is still dead, so you have no other option. You tug down on your striped sweater so it's comfortably covering your butt. You do so love your striped sweater. It is your favorite one. Hey, Twinkle. You cock your head to show you're listening as you continue to walk. How did you fall? Ah, that's right. This all began when you fell. You didn't mean to. Although it was an accident, I'm kind of glad you fell. Since I've been with you, I haven't felt so, I felt better. I feel better. So, thank you for falling. You give Flowey a big smile and tell him you were happy too. You notice a big red flower. Oh? You were finally leaving the narrow cavern, and at the end there is a large red flower. It goes up to your waist with petals as large as your face. At the center of the flower is a glistening starlight white. What a pretty flower. Although you notice there's a lot of these red things down here. You're doing your striped sweater and it's... We're gonna have... pink. Black with 2 pink stripes. You reach out a hand to touch the flower. The flower bops at your touch. Boo! You stare at the flower and certain if you hear the voice from the flower. Flowey senses your confusion and he explains. It's an aqua flower. They remember the last conversation when someone touches it. Ah, magic sure is fascinating. Can you imagine how delighted the humans on the surface would be to encounter such a thing? You could not help your smile as you admire the pretty flower. You step around the flower and your boot sinks into something squishy and wet. It feels like you are now walking on a soaked sponge. You look down and see red-tinted sludge. We're in the marshlands now, Flowey says. I haven't been here very often. To be honest, I don't remember why I stopped coming here. Do a lot of monsters live here? No. Monster lives here, I think. Once we go through here, we should reach Hotland, which connects the city. Most monsters live in the city. So that is one of the rare exceptions. You suppose that makes sense. There is a limited space. They don't have much room to expand without breaking the barrier. Again, you're back to that thought. Why is the barrier still standing? Do the monsters want to stay in the underground? That's the only explanation you can think of. With all the magic you've seen, you feel confident to say the monsters would destroy an old barrier with little fuss. Oh, you underestimate the power of a barrier, don't you? But you know, maybe it's different. Maybe our character's actually onto something. The only reason the barrier is still standing is because the monsters wanted to stay up. They want to stay underground. You know they aren't fond of humans. Their hostility to you is plain, but is that enough reason to trap themselves? While the underground is beautiful, it must be stifling. There is no real wind here. The air is stagnant. There is no sunlight. The atmosphere is cold and disquiet. There is no freedom. Everyone and everything is restricted. It's beautiful and vibrantly red, but the limitation must get old. You take another look at your sweater. You run your hand down your sweater to feel the soft yet durable texture. You stay indifferent in the underground. Would be awfully similar to wearing this stripy shirt every day for the rest of your life. Tiresome. What are you thinking about? Flowey asks you. You explain your thought process to the flower monster as you continue to walk. There is a pathway through the marshes. Although your boots get wet, each step is met with a squelch. You sure do hope the next area will be drier. Your poked toes are still recovering from the little frostbite they had in Snowdon. The path is hard to discern from the other bit of the marsh. Most of the land is filled with dark water. In the water there are hundreds of blooming echo flowers and white mushrooms flourishing. The mushrooms and echo flowers seem to be the only source of light in this room, as the red crystals found in the previous cavern are nowhere to be seen. Ah, says Flowey, once you're done explaining. Yes, I think the other monsters would agree. So, why did they stay? Twinkle, you have to realize, you're the first human who's... Flowey gestures to you with his leaves. The first one who's nice. As you walk, you realize it's starting to grow dark. It's not It is not an immediate change. It's slow enough transition. It takes you a moment to realize what is happening. It is getting darker. Your only thought is to check the path you're on to make sure it stays linear. It does not. It branches off. You look behind you. It's already dark behind you. You have no idea where to go. And the light from the flowers and mushrooms are starting to dim. Flowey realizes too. Uh-oh. I think I remember why I don't come here often. Will it brighten up again if you stay put? No, says Flowey. The mushrooms and flowers feed on magic fumes. Only monsters with strong magical presence can keep them bright. I'm not strong enough, and you don't have any magic. So it will stay dark until a powerful monster comes through. Oh, biscuits. Yeah, we should hurry. Yes, but hurry where? The path branches. You have no idea which one to choose. If only your phone was charged. Wait. Don't you already have a light? You know, the one inside you. Your beautiful, vibrant, bright pink soul. Have you not seen how brilliant it lights up in battle? You don't need a phone. You don't need a flashlight. You only ever need you. Oh my god, is this pretty much like, oh, you only need you because you just need to pull out your soul whenever it gets dark and you're like, ta-da! Nightlight! The power of the nightlight is your soul! You raise a hand to your chest where your soul usually appears. You've never been able to call on it before you fell. But things are different now. You have your determination. You know you can do this. You close your eyes. Your determination is there. Your will, your drive, your everything beats in tandem to your heartbeat. It propels your soul to constantly move forward. You will not stop. You will not give up. You will not fail. You can do this. Warmth blossoms from your chest. The darkness is chased away by pink light. Seeing your soul in all its beauty lights up the world around you and fills you with determination. Now it's time to figure out what path to take. Go forward. With the light of your pink soul illuminating the path, you march forward. As you walk, you brush against the echo flow on the path, and you hear a passing conversation. You hear about the human? The one who, yes, they have a strange weapon. I heard about that. Good thing the royal guard stopped them. Humans are dangerous. As you reach the end of the path, you notice someone. There is a red and purple fish-like monster at the end of the path. Here comes Chiron. The marsh is silent. The only light comes from you. Smells like music. You hum. You hum a little tune. Chiron shifts around in the marsh water. Her voice is barely above a murmur as she hums back. Musical notes are generated in the air, but they disappear like foam off of a wave. There's no heart to her music. Aww. Come on, Chiron. You hum again. Come on, Chiron. You hum again, a little louder this time. The water splashes, she turns to face you more. She hums back. More musical notes pop up in the air. The flower starts to glow a bit more from her magical nodes. For a brief moment, the marsh aren't so dark, but it only lasts a moment. Chiron is still too quiet. Oh, come on, Chiron. You hum thrice. Come on, Chiron. You hum loudly and tap your foot against the squelching path. Chiron turns to face you fully. She is humming. The music notes pop in the air with more color and vibrancy than before. They are beautiful. Let's see. Chiron seems to warm up. She's a talented singer and is looking to you. The both of you, vocal cords to mentally warm up. It's time to start your duet. You clear your throat to sing. Well, let's just do what she does. Back to her. Sharon repeats your words. As she sings, the marshal lights up around you. Colourful notes appear in the air and dance to the tune. They cycle around the two of you and their magic warms the air. What a lovely sound. She's chopping little beats with her fins. It's time for a second verse. You sing. Why not? I don't think it really matters what I put for Chiron. She sings your word back to you. Joy in her voice. Then she adds lyrics of her own, which you repeat back. Your voice rises in harmony, loudly echoing against the march. The echo flowers pick up on your words and start to repeat them. The two of you created your own chorus. You sing together, your voices melding together like peanut butter and chocolate. You are in a whirlwind of her musical magic, and you can catch echoes of her hopeful delight. At the end of your song, Sharon looks at you with a smile on her face. Thank you, she says. Thank you, the flower echoes. Mercy, you give her a bow. She dips her head in farewell to you as she slowly sinks into the marsh water. Wow, says Flowey. All fall silent again. I feel like I shouldn't be surprised by this point, Flowey jokes. You raise your hand in a high five. He slaps it with his leaf. It's time to return. Okay, Okay, where do we go from here then? An excellent question. Does it really matter which path we take at this point? I guess not. I guess we can do this. So what was it? Because we know... I'm not going to choose this one, but I do want to choose this path and get like all the words from the echoing flowers. With the light of your pink soul illuminating the path, you march forward. As you walk, you brush against the echo flower on the path, and you hear a passing conversation. La la la. What are you singing? Don't know. It just came to me. Can you teach me? Okay. La la la. La la la. Your boots get caught on a stray rock. You nearly trip but catch yourself. Are you okay? Flowey asked worriedly. Really sure, Flowey, you are okay. And you continue to walk down the path and hear another conversation. The ruins. What happened? A few humans came through. What? They attacked on sight. No surprise. Humans know best, don't they? It's a kill or be killed. The path is taken to a dead end. Okay, so now we're going to go to the right. Because we already went down forward. Because we know it's down there, which was Shiren. With the light of your pink soul illuminating the path, you march forward. Okay, let's see. As you walk, you brush the echo flow on the path. You hear a passing conversation. Why is everything red? What's wrong with red? Nothing. But it's all we see. Because all we know. What do you mean? Did you know the humans bleed red? Eh? But monsters don't. When we die, we turn to ash. Yes. In the war against humans, all we saw was red. All they saw was red. Ashes stained red. They can die. They can bleed. We can survive them. We can't forget that. Humans are strong, but we can be stronger. Our king's magic turned red the day we were sealed. So he won't forget. And now none of us can forget. Red stained ashes. Well, that's not at all ominous. Oh dear. Well, he's traumatized, isn't he? Your foot connects to solid ground. You did it! You made it out of the marshes. The thought of no longer having wet toes fills you with determination. Your soul pulses once, then disappears. The light is no longer needed. Good thinking, Flowey praises you. We got out of there pretty quickly, huh? You hold up a hand over your shoulder and Flowey taps it with his leaf. You're really cool, Twinkle, says Flowey. Yes, you are. You walk along a wooden path. It seems the water from the marshes run under the wood. And as you walk, you hear the water moving. Hotline aren't that far from here, says Flowey. We cross the waterfall and then one more bridge to connect. Oh no. My PTSD just started up. Am I going to run into one and die? Oh god, please no. I was doing so... I'm like in my happy place at the moment. I just sang with Shiren. Please, please, please. Do not make me run into and die just yet. I'm not going to handle it. I don't want her chasing me from Waterfall into Hotland. Please. The wooden path splits off into one side and continues down the cavern. On the right, it opens up to a wide deck. There are railings along the edge of the deck, except at one spot where they've been hacked to pieces, so only bits of pole remain standing. There are more red crystals on the ceiling. The room is significantly brighter than the tunnels have been. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. You blink away the spots and notice you and Flowey aren't alone. Gathered in the hole is a group of small monsters. Most of them are peering over the edge and into the darkness below. Gosh, what a precarious spot to be. Anyone could sneak behind them and shove them over. You walk up behind them and say hello. The monsters jump, all turning around. Whoa, you're human! The monster who explained that is the shortest one, and looks remarkably like Violet, the bunny monster from Snowdin. Yes, you are. You have stripes! A monster that comes up to your hips jumps up and down at the revelation. You notice the monster is yellow and orange striped, with spikes down his back. Oh, this is Monster Kid. Is this Monster Kid? Yes, you do. There's a swarm around you, chattering excitedly. What a nice change of pace. Are you really a human? I don't sense any magic from you. Where's your magic? What kind of stuff do humans eat? What's it like on the surface? Do all humans wear stripes? The questions come non-stop. You do not have a chance to answer them. Thankfully, Flowey intervenes on your behalf. He pops up from the spot in the back part, stretching himself up so he can glare at the children over your shoulder. Stop bombarding her. One question at a time and remember your manners. Introduce yourselves. The bunny monster hopped in front of you. Her long ears flopped with each movement. She wore a baggy black hoodie and purple pants, and she says, I'm Puffers. Are you really human? Yes, you are human. You take the time to introduce yourself. Whoa! They all go. We aren't allowed to talk to you humans, Puffers excitedly explained to you. This is so cool. We're such rule breakers. Why weren't they allowed to talk to humans? Because humans are super dangerous. The striped monster hops from one foot to another. You notice he doesn't have any arms. They're all evil, so all kids are supposed to stay away from them. Oh, I'm Mom. A third monster blurs out, are you evil? You don't think so. What's the service like? Where do you live? Ah, I'm Revamp. The third monster gives you a toothy smile. You're the tallest. He's the tallest amongst the group with an elasticated, oozy body that's constantly shifting like a lava lamp. You live. Well, I'm going to assume this one then because Frisk would have had to live nearby, so we'll see that. We have a city here too. I wonder is your city as big as ours? Asked Revamp. You aren't sure. You haven't visited the monster city yet, so you can't compare. The children accept this answer. A monster in the shape of a candle flame pops up and down. I'm like. Answer my question next. What do you do? Yes, let's see. You do freelance work. I don't, but I'm going to just choose something random for this. You answer only sparks more questions. You have to fully explain what you do until they are satisfied. The children exchange glances and realize this is your chance to ask a question of your own. Why do they want to talk to you if it's against the rules? Because it's cool to break rules, and we're the coolest. What are they doing out here? See this edge? Puffer points at it. We dared each other jump off it. Oh my god, no, don't do that. You peer over the edge, it is pitch black, and you can only hear the sound of rushing water. It's the waterfall, Puffers explains. There's a star moss at the bottom, so it'll light up once we touch it. Is it dangerous? No, and I jumps off lots of times before, Mon is quick to explain. Yeah, but there's a difference between Undie and you lot. You guys are smaller than her, and she's wearing armor, and she's a professional. You are just a bunch of kids. We're gonna be cool like her. Super cool. The coolest. Hey human, do you want to jump with us? Revamp asks. Yeah, you're cool too. Jump, jump, jump. What will you do? Let's gently discourage them from doing something so dangerous. The monster children all made noises of disagreement. It took several minutes of persuasion, but they did relent. If only all monsters could be talked down like that. Fine, fine, fine. Puffers sighs dramatically. We won't jump. Why does it even matter to you? Revamp groans. You're not our parents. Even so, monster or not, you can't stand by and watch children put themselves in needless danger. Do human children not jump off waterfalls? No. Not that you are aware of. Well, that makes sense, says Mon. Humans are really weak, right? You play through Pokemon. Monsters' children aren't. We're not weak, Mon protests. His armless monster hops forward to you and trips on nothing. He proceeds to faceplant the floor. The other children laugh. You carefully help Mon back up. Mon gives you a sheepish okay as you help him up. You brush off the dirt from his stripes. Thanks, Twinkle. You ask the children if they met any other human. Not directly, says Revamp, her body morphing like a blob dropped onto concrete. We've heard about them, though. Yeah, the last human was called by Mr. Papyrus, said Puffers. He's part of the Royal Guard. He's a human-hunting maniac. He's caught the most humans. You think back to your fight with Papyrus and his remorseful undertone. Every death by his hands did not feel like it was done with joy. Wait, caught, not killed. Mama says there are only 2 humans Mr. Papyrus had to kill before, Revamp says. Wick adds, he's really good at a job and he always keeps us safe. That's why he's the boss of Snowden. Boss of Snowden? You'd heard someone refer to Papyrus that way before, but you hadn't realized it was an actual title. Yeah, he's real cool like Undie. And Undie is? She's the captain of the Royal Guards, Mon shouts. He jumps up and down in excitement. All humans who make it out of Snowden don't get past her. She catches all of them. Oh, God. Oh, my heart just starts speeding up because I'm like, oh, shish kebab. And Di's going to show up, isn't she? She's going to show up at any time now, and I'm going to freak out. Oh, God. The monster children look up at you with sparkling eyes. She'll probably try to catch you, too, says Puffers. So cool. I'm so jealous. Ah, there's a lolly, and you know you have a chance to ask more questions. I'm honestly don't want to fight and die or face and die. I don't want to be running from spears. Thank you very much, game. I don't want to deal with this. There's a lull, and you know you have a chance to ask more questions. While you are curious about Undai, since she's likely to be the next monster you have to face, your mind wanders over to a certain skeleton. Good lord, please no. Yes, let's talk about Sans. Sans doesn't bring me PTSD. You ask the children about Sans. Their faces scrunch up immediately. He's mean, says Mon, and smelly. He tells terrible jokes too, says Puffers. It's hard to believe he's related to Mr. Papyrus. Yeah, he doesn't do anything but hang out at Grillby's or patrol. He's a loser. You think back to Sans. You don't think he's a loser. Rather, you found him very charming. Not for the first time. It's not for the first time I question your judgment. Flowey whispers in your ear. The children give you a pitied looks. Puffer said, humans are surprisingly weird, huh? Your preferences aside, you don't think the children should be saying those things about Sans? Why not? Revamp asked you. I guess he does work for Mr. Papyrus, said Mon. It's Sans part of the Royal Guards. Don't think so. The children exchanged looks, each of them frowning. Puffin smooths out a hoodie. Actually, he might be, otherwise he wouldn't be allowed to patrol. But that can't be right. To join the Royal Guards, don't you have to be really strong? Yeah. No way that mustard-smelling lazybones are strong. Maybe Mr. Papyrus asked for an exception for Sans to be able to patrol in Snowdon. The children nod amongst each other. So in order for Sans to be allowed to patrol, he's supposed to be a part of the Royal Guards. But the children don't think he's strong enough for that. What do you think? Yeah, I think there's more to it than the children are aware of. There's probably more to this situation than they... Thinking back to your first encounter, you can feel your cheeks turn red. You wonder when you run into him again. You'd love to spend more time with him. You clear your throat. You ask the children about Undai. It only makes sense. You have a good feeling Undai will be your next obstacle. Undai's the coolest! She's the captain of the Royal Guards, Puffer said. She was trained by King Asgore himself. She actually patrols this area, says Mon. Her house is in the marshes. Wow, really? The marshes? Oh, good lord. Oh, God. Okay, then again, if Undai is the captain of the Royal Guard, she must have a powerful magical presence. It likely never goes dark in the marshes when she walks through. She doesn't come to Snowdon often, so we only see her a couple of times, Wicca explained. She has a wicked cool attack. Enough, children? Oh, good lord! Wait, what? What do you mean? There's a oh god, is that Undai? Enough, children! There is a sharp voice that cuts through the sound of the running water. The monster children all jump around to face the owner of the voice. Chloe rests his head on your shoulder to whisper, "That's her! That's Undai!" Undai, captain of the Royal Guard, is a tall, fish-like monster. She has blue scales and long red hair. Her tight eye is as yellow as Tori's, although much sharper and more dangerous, you think to yourself. She has an eye patch over her other eye. Oh no. She wears a black shirt cut off at her midriff with a red outline of a heart on it. Long red gloves. She has black leather pants with long red boots. It's a similar design to Papyrus. You wonder if there is a Royal Guard uniform. Undai steps up to you and the children. Her wide grin shows off her many rows of sharp teeth. You politely introduce, "Shut up! I don't care! Kids, get behind me!" Undai orders. You see in her right hand there's a glow of red. Suddenly, magic forms and solidifies into the shape of a red spear. Then Undie grips tightly. But Puffers looks between you and Undie. It's okay, Undie. Twinkle is harmless. Resent bops his head. Yeah, Twinkle talked us out of jumping down the waterfall because she was worried about us. Yeah, Mon agrees. Twinkle's really weird like that. But it's totally fine. The children take a few steps forward. They suddenly position themselves between you and Undie. Oh, that's a first. For the first time since you fell, a monster has made a gesture to shield you from harm. It is a small gesture. You won't want any children to jump on a spear for you, after all, but considering what you're already facing, it means a lot. You were genuinely touched. Aw, they're protecting me! Aww. Oh, bless. Oh, bless them. You've already come so far in your journey. You stayed alive and befriended hostile monsters, and now you have a monster wanting to help you. Monsters wanting to help you. At once, you are filled with determination. Your soul flares to life, and you step up from behind the children. You will not back down. Oh, God. No, not Undie. I don't want to. Don't make me fight Undie. Please. I'm not ready. Oh, God. My past experiences, my PTSD from facing Undie is coming back. Oh, God, no. You tell Undie you don't want to fight her. Undie twirls her spear around, her sharp yellow gaze focuses in on you. Her lips curl into a snare and she starts to laugh at you. Of course you don't. Why would you? I'm gonna rip you to shreds, human. You tell the children to step away and give you room. You really think this'll work out for you? Undie loudly laughs at you again. You're finished! She lunges a spear at you. You got much better at dodging hostile objects since you fall into Underfell, so you successfully rolled out of the way. Then you feel an odd sensation of your soul. You look down at your pink glow and notice that there's an extra light now outlining it. It's a lime green. Your whole body feels stiff and uncomfortable. You can no longer move your legs. What? Not one more step, human, Undie smirks. Goodbye. She hurls a spear at you and pierces your skull in one throw. You have died. Good riddance. Undie, really? You, stupid fish. Okay, so... Oh my goodness. Wait, so the same thing happens again? She's stopping me from moving, so I can't actually do anything. Okay, so your whole body feels stiff and uncomfortable with the lime green. She hurls a spear at you, and you swing your spear. Wait, what? Let's see. You tell her you don't want to fight her, blah, blah, blah. Okay, children, move out of the way. Which one's that? Oh, here we go. She launches a spear at you. You better be prepared. You catch the spear. Okay, I didn't do that before. I didn't catch the spear, so this is new. The magic burns your hand and leaves them bloody and raw. Huh, maybe you aren't such a pathetic wimp after all. Undie raises her hands, a newly generated spear in each hand. Then you feel an odd sensation of your soul. You look down at your pink glow and notice that bloody extra light is over it again. Oh no, your whole body feels stiff and uncomfortable. You can no longer move your legs. Goodbye. She hurls the spear at you and you swing your spear down. You're able to deflect the first spear, but she gets you with the second one. You have died. Bye, loser. You will not. You tell Undie that you still don't want to fight her, so she better back the hell off, because this is getting ridiculous. Okay, you ask the children to hold Flowey for a moment. You slip off the backpack and give it to Puffers. Flowey looks horrified at you. Twinkle! You really think this will work out for you? Undie loudly laughs at you again. Yes, it will. You're finished! She throws a red spear at you. You catch the spear. It burns your hand once more. Maybe you aren't as pathetic wimp after all, as the newly generated saying. What am I supposed to do right here with this, though? Because she's still, like, doing this malarkey with this green light. Okay. You were expecting the second spear, so you quickly step back. Oh, you think you're a tough shit because you deflected a couple of spears? And Di smirks. You grip the spears tightly and meet her gaze. You will not attack her. That won't stop me, she says. That's fine. She can't stop you. Your sword pulses again and you're filled with determination. She heals the spear direction at your... Oh my god, wait. I now have to choose which direction to dodge her? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. God damn it, Undie. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna go swiping up. You swipe up. It knocks the spear out of the way. That is enough force behind the throw that it shakes your entire arm from the vibration of deflecting it. Your hand throbs painfully. The magic spear you're holding feels so hot, it's cold. Undie is unrelenting in her follow-up. She hurls more spears at you and you're forced to move fast to deflect them. Each time you deflect, the vibration causes pain to shoot up your arm. It is not enough to stop you. Okay, so then let's go to the left. Your palms are coated in your blood. It drips down the burning spear you're holding. You deflect her oncoming attack. Is that all you can do? She howls and jumps at you. You grip over your soul. Has disappeared. You can move your legs again, thank God. You brace yourself as she swings one of her spears down like a massive sword. You block it, but she raises her leg and kicks you hard in the midsection. Ow! You're sent hurling through the air. You slam into the cave wall, hitting it hard enough that your world spins and you lose your breath. Twinkle! Flowey cries out alarmed. Raoul! Trusting in your companion, you roll forward before you can even have time to catch your breath, I'm assuming, or catch your back. Everything is spinning, your chest is burning, your hands are throbbing. Adrenaline forces you back on your feet as you gasp for air. You see something blue and red rushing towards you, but your vision is doubled and blurred. You jump away. You've no choice but to dodge it until your vision refocuses, and you can retain another spear. You have to keep moving. You rely more on instinct and adrenaline to keep yourself alive until you can blink away the spots and no longer feel pain in your chest when you breathe. Undie is relenting. She launches spear after spear at you. It's getting increasingly difficult to dodge. Twinkle, catch! Flowey shouts. You see Vines pick up a discarded spear. Flowey, while still in the backpack, picks up a spear and throws it to you. You catch it with one hand just in time for Undie to hurl several more spears at you. Bloomin' heck. In rapid succession, you deflect each one. You squeeze the spear tightly in your hand. It is hard to keep hold of it because of how horrifically you're bleeding. Oh god, am I gonna bleed out to death? You feel like you don't have any skin left on your palms. Ugh, you can't keep this up forever! Undie snaps at you. She raises her arm high above and conquers, oh god, unconscious a dozen spears. Oh, biscuits. Dash forward and focus on dodging. No time to think any further. You break out into a sprint. You hear the spears whizzing through the air. You're moving too fast for you to keep up with your eyes. One after the other, it is non-stop assault of bright red spears raining down on you and you barely dodging them. They clip against your black and pink striped sweater, leaving behind tears and scratches. Each successful evasion only enrages Undie further. Your ability to stay alive without fighting back positively infuriates her. You can feel her malice and her anger radiating from the spears. More especially the one in your hand. Oh no, I'm making her mad because I don't want to fight her. You can feel the echo of her resentment and resolve against you. Morally, however, you can feel the spark of confusion that rests deep inside her magic. And then, you see something bad is about to happen. It's so the corner of your eye. The wall seems to slow down, then you notice it. A red spear launched in fury was off its mark. It was heading straight to Mon and Flowey. Oh no! Your soul flickers, your heart stops, your breath is cold. Everything comes to a screeching halt in your mind. You would be okay. They would not. You slammed hard on your heels and used every bit of strength and determination you have inside of you to throw yourself in the way. Your abruptly changing direction immediately alarms Undie. You drop the spear and you lose your ability to feel the echo of her emotions, but not before you catch a glimpse of the horrified realization from her. Your body tackles into the monster children. Something whizzes by you. You tense, expecting the spear to dig into your vulnerable back. Nothing happens. Twinkle! Flowey whispers to you. What happened? Mon asks. You saw you sit up. Undie has reached you. all the space evaporated, leaving nothing but gouges and rock. You! Undyne growls loudly at you. Her single eye is narrowed in disdain. What do you think you're doing? You don't have a chance to respond when Undyne grabs you by the collar and lifts you up above her. Huh? Leave her alone, Puffers protests. Yeah, Twinkle's safe. Undyne drops you on the ground. Insistent, her hands are clenched tightly into fists. You look up at her, bleeding, sore, and battered, and you give her a weak smile. Let's just smile at her. Thank you for the nightmares. But also, you really need to watch where you throw in your damn space, woman. You are lucky that apparently I noticed, because you could have literally killed Mom. She looks at you with disgust. You! She sighs and runs a hand over her face. Let's go, children. I'm taking you all back to Snowden. What about? Undyne grabs each of them by the back of their collars and starts to drag them away. She glares over her shoulder at you. One pass, human, she snaps. You get 1 day to get the hell out of here. You tell her it was nice to meet her. Eat shit. I've soon left alone. Well, not entirely. Flowey's vines encircle your hand. You carefully twist them around so the two of you can better examine the damage. It's not pretty. There doesn't seem to be much skin left. If only I was stronger, he whispers, staring at your bloodied palms. I'm sorry, Twinkle. It's okay. You can deal with this. Come on, Twinkle, says Flowey. There's a laboratory in Hotland. I'm sure there's some healing supplies we can use. You give Flowey a smile and you offer a high five, but, well, Flowey shakes his head. Let's go. You need treatment. Yeah, that sounds good. Enter Hotland. End of Waterfall. How are you shaping up so far? You are a woman. You fell into Underfell while in a black sweater with 2 pink stripes. It is long enough to cover your butt. You're wearing a pair of leggings with boots. You have beautiful violet eyes and a charming pink soul. You gave Tori a hug before you left the ruins. I'm sure she hasn't forgotten your kindness. When meeting Papyrus for the first time, you immediately thought he looks cool. You completed the maze on your first try. Way to go. You died 8 times. You could have died less, but that's okay. At least the next area will be warmer. Your pearl toes can finally have a break. You have a stick? Wonder what that could mean. You still have a mysterious chain. It looks important. What do you think it's for? Shyren will remember your singing. You saved a child. What a hero. Hopefully you can get your hands treated soon. You're currently romancing Sans. Maybe you'll get to see him in the next area. Whew. That was frickin' hectic. Undyne is one of the worst monsters to face in any multiverse. Well, no, I mean, there are a few AUs where Undyne is literally, alphas, like in Underswap, so I wouldn't mind that version. But then I'd be scared of freaking alphas, wouldn't I? Either way, we did it! We faced Undyne! We lived! But my hand is bleeding and I might die. I might get, infected or something. I don't know. Either way, yay, we lived. Let's not ever do that again.